Hey friends, welcome to another video. I hope you all are doing good. This is an update on the issues that I have faced with my all new Interceptor 650 from the day of delivery. I have taken the delivery of my Interceptor 650 Barcelona Blue on November 18, 2023. However, to my shocking surprise, from day one, I have been facing the problems of the machine getting turned off while riding. This was quite unexpected for sure. For those who have already watched my previous videos, will definitely have an idea about the sort of issues that I have faced and the updates on those issues from Royal Enfield and so on. After being behind with the service Fox for almost 2 months, I have received various kinds of responses from the service team. They did a good job. I can see that. Even though the responses were kind of mixed with different types of resolutions, I have been behind the Royal Enfield service team from the day one of the delivery. Initially, the service team has told me the problem could be related to the plugs that connect to the cylinders, or the clutch was not adjusted properly and so on. So they have done those kind of adjustments in the initial visits and given the bike back to me. And when I have ridden it for a few kilometers, again I can see the machine is getting turned off once in a while. So I had to go back to the service center again and again. And after a couple of visits, the service team has asked me to shoot some videos of the engine getting turned off and share it with them. I have used my action camera and captured a few instances where my Interceptor was getting turned off. And then I shared those visuals with the service engineer. The service engineer has then forwarded those visuals to the warranty engineer. After examining those videos, the service engineer has told me that the problem is related to the throttle body of the Interceptor. Then the service engineer has asked me to bring the bike again back to the service center. According to them, this was not a regular issue. So they have placed a request to replace the throttle body under warranty with the Central Royal Enfield service team. However, the Central Royal Enfield service team in Chennai has not given the approval to replace the throttle body. The Central Royal Enfield team believes that this issue is not related to the throttle body. So after 4 days of inspection, the service folks have then cleaned up the relays and sensors and given the bike back to me. However, on the same day itself, I have faced the same challenges. So I have called up the service guys again. So they have told me to bring the bike again back to the service center. And this time, a service engineer who sat with me, and we have ridden the bike for about 30 kilometers. I have ridden it for about 15 kilometers. Then the service engineer has ridden it for about 15 kilometers back. Fortunately, the bike has turned off once in those 30 kilometers. Then the service engineer has told me that they don't have any other option but to follow a ticketing process of Royal Enfield for handling this sort of an exception. And again, the bike was on hold with the service team. So this time they were following a Central Royal Enfield process of raising a ticket and following the resolution suggested by the central team. So as part of it, what they would do is they would try to replace different parts which they believe could cause this problem and then would test the issue. As part of this inspection, the Central Royal Enfield team has identified a problem with the ECU of the bike. That is, when the service team tested the issue temporarily by replacing the ECU with a different ECU, they have identified a massive improvement in the performance of the bike. So they have concluded to me that the issue is all due to the faulty ECU, that is the engine control unit of the bike. Now, since this is also been convinced by the Central Royal Enfield team in Chennai, they have given the approval to replace the ECU of my bike under warranty. But the stock was not available with the local service center, so I have taken the bike back with the old ECU. Then after 6 days, the newly ordered ECU has arrived. So I have received a call back from the service team and they have asked me to bring the bike. It has a modular design, so you just unplug the ECU from the bike after removing the seat and you plug the new ECU on it. So they have replaced the ECU of my Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 under warranty and they have given the bike back to me. So the service folks then asked me to test the bike. So I have ridden the bike for about 10 to 15 kilometers, and I could see a huge change in the performance and a huge change in the right feel and so on. However, as part of the testing, I have noticed that the engine warning got turned on. So they have quickly inspected what is the problem for this engine warning, and it was not a big deal. The ABS sensing was not functioning properly. They have cleared this small little engine warning and given the bike back to me. It's been a week now, and I have ridden for about 75 to 100 kilometers, and I couldn't go for a long ride. The engine turning off issue has completely gone from my bike. It is a great update. It feels really wonderful. I have been behind this issue for the last 2 months almost. Ever since I have taken the delivery of my bike, I have been facing this problem. I was not really annoyed, or I was not disturbed at all, because I already had another Royal Enfield bike. I have used another Yamaha FZ as my first bike, and I also work in the IT industry, so I know how things are and how things can go wrong. So I knew, like, if I could get some help from the service folks, I could get these issues sorted out. So that's exactly what it has happened right now. I can see the engine stalling issue, or the engine getting turned off while on the move. That problem is now completely gone, and it feels like I have taken the second delivery of my bike. Since this issue has gone out from my bike, I have now started installing the additional accessories. In fact, I have purchased quite a few accessories earlier. I have purchased different set of accessories like a pillion footrest from Legendary, radiator guards from Zana, handlebar risers from Zana, a touring mirror from Royal Enfield, and so on. I don't want to fit any of those accessories in my bike until the issues are fixed, because I don't want to have any conflicts with the warranty. Also, I don't want to make any modifications while my bike was under inspection. So I was in fact waiting for this issue to get resolved. Even though I have not gone for any long rides on this bike, after resolving these issues, I can clearly see a huge improvement, and for the last 1 week I have not faced this problem even once. So I also believe the issue is resolved. However, I will definitely go for a long ride. I'll definitely share all those updates in separate videos. This was a great update for me. The local service team of Royal Enfield was really helpful. I have to mention it. I have read different stories about the Royal Enfield service team, and people were talking different things about the service levels and so on. However, in my case, I can firmly say I met a few service folks who have really helped me. They helped me like it is their problem. They offered all that they can whenever I visited them. Finally, a big thank you for Royal Enfield for taking care of this problem. I have shared a feedback email as well with the Royal Enfield team plus the warranty team, and it feels amazing to have these issues rectified. I will definitely post further updates on my bike and my riding experience on the INTERCEPTOR 650. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe to this channel for similar sort of contents, and you all have a great day ahead.